This is the iPhone XS Max, Apple's biggest iPhone ever made. It has a 6.5-inch display in the form factor that's smaller than the Galaxy Note 9. It has a new camera, faster Face ID, and slightly better speakers. The best part is it only costs $1,100. $1,100? Get loud! That's a lot of money. The Galaxy Note 9 may be slightly bigger with its 6.4-inch display, but it comes with a very unique feature. This, right here, is the S Pen. It lets you write, sketch, and draw. Perfect for the business professional, and the best part, it costs $100 less than the XS Max. By the way, that is the worst name for a phone. The Max is pretty much a bigger version of the iPhone XS, but it's bigger due to the display. It may retain the same design as last year's model, but it still looks absolutely amazing. There's a few color options this year, but the glass back is still kind of slippery. But if that's an issue, dbrand has their new matte black skin, which will take care of business. Well, if you fancy that sort of thing. The cool thing is it comes with IP68 water resistance and an awesome notch to allow Face ID to quickly log you in. It works much faster than the one on the Note 9, and it's also more secure. Did I mention it's still smaller than the Galaxy Note 9 and has a bigger display? Yeah, you mentioned that already, but just remember, Apple had to remove the headphone jack and create a notch that's uglier than you. And trust me, you ugly. The Note 9 retains the headphone jack, has no notch, and even though it's slightly taller, it has a freaking S Pen inside of it. Sure, I'll give you Face ID is better, but at least Galaxy users have the option to use a fingerprint scanner, which is another thing that was taken away on the iPhone. Apple took these things away to provide a better experience. Just look at this beautiful OLED display. It has deep dark blacks, HDR10, and supports True Tone. It's truly the best display on the market. My God. You've been watching too many Apple commercials. Samsung makes that display in your iPhone. Yes, it's beautiful, probably the second best, but this right here is the first one. This is the best one. Do you think that Samsung would sell Apple better displays than the ones in their Galaxy phones? The one in the Note 9 gets brighter, has more pixels per inch, and a much wider color gamut. Look, in all fairness, both displays are absolutely gorgeous, but be careful what you preach, my little eye sheep. Well, this year the stereo speakers have gotten louder, and with that, the stereo sound has gotten wider compared to the regular 10, providing an exceptional listening experience. You can even now record in stereo too. Easy there, Oompa Loompa. The Note 9 has stereo speakers as well with Dolby Atmos support, and I think they sound better. You know what? Let's let the audience decide for themselves. Look, I'm not gonna get into a full-out Android versus iOS war with you, but Apple software is well optimized to work closely with the hardware. With that, you get a better app experience. Software updates every single year, and iOS 12 has all these amazing new features, like being able to group notifications together. Like the iPhone 5S is being updated to iOS 12. That phone is 5 years old. 5! Android barely gets updates past 2. Unless you have a Pixel, they're never on time. Plus, if you live in the Apple ecosystem, everything runs perfectly together. Group notifications? My God, what is this, 1920? What's next? The iPhone is gonna get a calculator app? Android has had this for years. Yes, I'll give you the timely updates and awesome support. iOS has a better app experience, but what about taking advantage of that big screen? There's still no split screen or app optimized for it. Plus, I have an S Pen. I can sign documents, sketch pictures, mark up content, and even quickly jot down notes in a pinch. Your phone doesn't even work with the Apple Pencil. A stylus on a phone is useless. I'd rather have insane performance that makes my phone run smooth for years. In fact, this year's A12 takes things to another level. Whether you benchmark it or run speed tests, the iPhone XS Max is the fastest phone currently on the market. Combine that with the software working close with the hardware, you'll never get any of that lag that Samsung phones end up with after a year. I'll admit, Apple makes some lovely chips, but do you really think at this point in time, consumers gonna notice a difference in performance? Phones are so fast these days that it's negligible. I'd rather have all the features this phone has over slightly faster load times. Whatever, dude. Sounds pretty gimmicky. Let's talk cameras. And even though the iPhone still has a 12 megapixel sensor, the main wider one has been improved to allow more light in. Also, this is the first phone to get a portrait mode that allows you to adjust the blur of the background after the picture is taken. Bruh! Again, you've been brainwashed. You really shouldn't believe everything that comes out of Apple's announcements. Samsung has been allowing users to adjust the background of their photos for the past few years with live focus. Whatever. Battery life is insane with the Max, and that's why you buy the bigger version of it. I'm getting 6 hours of screen on time, which means it can easily last the entire day. I have zero battery anxiety with this device. So, the iPhone has better battery life. I can manage to squeeze a day in with the Note. I only get about 4.5 hours of screen on time, but it's more than enough. Plus, I actually have a fast charging brick that comes in the box to top up my phone quickly. Pretty pathetic for $1,100 that Apple didn't include one in theirs. Look, if you love iPhones and always wanted a bigger one, this is it. It takes the best of the iPhone and crams in a bigger battery and a bigger display. I don't suggest buying it if you're using an iPhone 10 or 8 Plus, but anything older, this will be an amazing upgrade. Whatever. But if you're about value and want every single hardware feature you can cram into a phone, the Note 9 is the better buy. It's smooth, runs fast, has external storage, comes with a fast charging brick in the box, and utilizes an S Pen that a lot of other professionals find imperative to run their business. I mean, seriously, uses an S Pen, eh? Who doesn't include? If you stick it in backwards, still does it get stuck? Is your phone gonna blow up? I heard some lady had a phone blow up on her. Is this the Note 7 all over again there, buddy? If you want the best phone, get the iPhone. It's bigger, it's beautiful,